It's 5 o'clock in Pirate Country, and it's time to get pumped up with the P-Man. Hit the door and hit the road. 94.3 The Game is going to get you home, and the P-Man's not holding back.
Yes! Yes! Pirates win! Pirates win!
Bring on the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
Holy mackerel! Oh, my goodness!
The flagship station of the ECU Pirates.
Okay, hello again, everybody, and welcome. Patrick Johnson here on the Patrick Johnson Show. Nice of you to be along with us here today. We've got a huge show. Going to tell you about that Cal Ripken 12 and under baseball team that is getting ready to play in their national tournament in Branson, Missouri. And my old buddy Steve Brooks will be by with his son Connor to talk about that. We also have for you the legendary Ronald Vincent, RV. Philip the Rep Pilkington producing the show, as he always does. You know what, Pilk? I talked to RV the other day and said, RV, we haven't had you in since you got inducted to the NFHS Hall of Fame, and I wanted to bring you on, and we discussed that. And you know the first thing RV wanted to talk about with me was? Football
Rose
season.
football.
Yeah, he's ready for
Rose
football season. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's ready for football season. So, how are you, Pilk? You got your Sox hat on today?
Yeah, we just extended Cora through 2027, so that's a little bit to do with it. The other thing is it's got the Stars and Stripes. This is last year's July 4th hat, you know, with the Olympics starting. Can't wear USA shirts every day.
Right.
You can find a way to put it in the red, white, and blue every day one way or another.
Speaking of shirts, Pilk, this is a shirt I got back about this time last year, and I could not wear it. It wouldn't even button. As
No,
sad
it
as
looks
that
wonderful.
is to admit. It's and now it's a little big on me, wouldn't you say?
I think so.
And I went by East Carolina weight loss today. Pilk, I've dropped since my last weigh-in a week and a half ago, 7.8 pounds. I've dropped 2 inches off my waist since I last went. And since I started with East Carolina weight loss, I have lost nearly 60 pounds. So that would be 60 pounds in about 7.5 months.
That's good. That's amazing. And that's a nice, healthy rate. You know, it's not too much at one time. I've heard it's bad if you go on there and just drop it all at one time. Your body doesn't really adapt. But look at that, man. Proud of you.
I don't feel quite like a fat pig. Not quite. Not exactly quite, but, you know, feeling pretty good. So, East Carolina, we'll tell you more about this next week. East Carolina Weight Loss has another open house coming up. It's on August 13th. I think I'm going to work it out in my schedule where I'll be able to go, but we'll see. It just kind of depends on what's going on with sports then and where I am and what have you. But 252-496-3610. And you can ask about the open house on the 13th, and you can also ask about maybe signing up. This is a no-obligation consultation. The open house is a no-obligation situation as well. And if you head out to this on the 13th from 5 to 7, you'll be able to learn more about East Carolina weight loss. And, you know, as I say, you know, often when asked about this on air in sort of self-deprecating way is I don't look like now if you stuck me with a needle, I would pop. Doesn't mean I look good. Just means I don't look like I would pop if you stuck me with a needle. At least I don't think so. So give them a call, East Carolina Weight Loss, or go to eastcarolinaweightloss.com. Mention me. But give them a call, 252-496-3610. I saw the mayor earlier in the hallway, John Moore, the great legendary John Moore, who has lost something like 45 pounds. John looks fantastic. John looks like a young man again.
It's funny when you see him walking around the hallways. He's like walking around holding his pants up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we need to buy both you guys a new wardrobe. So if you're looking for Christmas ideas for John or for Patrick, it will strictly be clothes.
So when I got an email the other day about some TV work coming up starting next month, and it's one of the deals they want to get you a shirt to wear on TV. And I was able to tell them a size that I otherwise would never have even dreamed of telling them a year ago. I was telling them sizes that were embarrassing to tell. But now I can, you know, be kind of normal in my sizes. Right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. Size matters. So I'm told. got RV coming on in a little bit. You want to run through some Pirate Report stuff, Pilk, here, since we didn't get some of the final Mike Houston cuts from yesterday?
Yeah, let's get it done.
I'm looking for what you sent me. Okay. All right, here we go. Pirate Report. This is, of course, from the kickoff. Mike Houston. This was when he was at the dais, the table for ESPN Plus. Houston, when asked about how he has approached or how he did approach the offseason. Hit it.
Go through that again. I don't think any of us do, but, that was – I stood up at my post-game press conference after the finale last season and I kind of just put out there what my determination was going to be to make sure that we get things turned back around. And so we made a lot of changes, and some of them were very difficult, but they were needed. And, I don't think that they could have went any better. It was not easy, but a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of resources were invested over the winter and the spring. But, we came out of it very excited. I think there's a ton of optimism within our building. I think there's a ton of optimism within our fan base. The spring game probably couldn't have gone any better. And we're all excited to get 2024 going and get 2023 behind us.
All right, this is Coach Houston on when he wants his starter, I'm presuming at quarterback they mean here, his starter to be found out.
We would like to make a decision in the latter part of camp so we have time to, work that quarterback with that first unit going into the opener. We want to let the players make the decision, by their play on the field. So we're going to put them in a lot of competitive situations in camp. The two scrimmages will be the biggest evaluations, but we want to give them more situations besides that. But we're very excited about both Caton and Jake, and we think that both of them can be winning starting quarterbacks in this league, and I think with the talent that we have around them, whomever ends up being the starter is going to have a big season. So I'm just glad we got two of them.
Pilk, were they showing highlights when they were playing this music, or were they just playing it?
Some of it, I think, was highlights. It was weird.
Or graphics packages or something?
Some of
were they
it
at least
was,
doing that?
And then sometimes it was picking up from sometimes they were playing music inside the arena, and, you could hear the background noise.
Yeah.
So some of it was music in the arena. I think some of it was highlights, and then some of it was like there was stuff, like I said, when Trent Dilford was talking, I remember, I can't remember if it happened during Houston, like random crap just started playing. Like one time during Dilford's thing, the thing that Tim Pernetti narrated that went on before, like just started playing again. Like the visual didn't, but the sound did. It was just like, yeah.
On who produced it, Michael Buscemi? On what to expect, what to expect from the offense. Here's Coach Houston.
Well, it's a pretty drastic change from what we have done historically, but Coach Baker is very innovative, creative, young, energetic. I kind of mentioned up there on the podium a while ago, kind of his tree. He's brought things from Art Briles, brought things from Graham Harrell, brought things from Mike Leach, brought some things from Lane Kiffin, and I think he's married all those things in the passing game and the run game to create his system. And it is going to be a very, very aggressive style of play. We're gonna stretch the field horizontally and vertically. We are going to be very aggressive with our play calling. He's going to get the ball in a lot of different people's hands, and we're going to do it at a very fast rate. And so it's going to be a lot different than what I've done in the past. But I think just coming out of the spring, everybody, players, coaches, fans, everybody's excited about it.
All right, on how the defense will have to prep with the offense playing an up-tempo and giving them less rest than a slow offense.
We really looked at it from a defensive standpoint of we need to make sure that we adapt some to be prepared for, probably playing more snaps, probably having to play more people. And so we've kind of prepared for that with, our depth charts, with our roster, and just with some things that we're going to do, schematically and conditioning-wise. I think people are probably going to be more aggressive throwing the ball down the field against us this year than they were last year because, hopefully they're going to be trying to match the offensive production and points that our offense puts on the board.
And if that's the case, that Pirate defensive line could feast. That's an area where there is a lot of talent, a lot of experience, and Coach Houston is fired up about that group.
It was pretty deep last year too, but yeah, I mean it's a veteran bunch. There's multiple guys that have started for multiple years. You have a couple of 4-year starters there. You have a couple of all-conference players up front, and they're team guys, and they're locker room culture guys. They're about toughness and work ethic and playing together and leadership, and so that's they're every position's important, and there's no one that's more important than another, but I do think that one's kind of the backbone of our team.
Mike was asked about the health of Rajay Harris and his confidence in the offensive line.
The healthiest he's been since his freshman year, and he's excited. So you talk about the offensive front. That was a weakness last year. We have returning experience there. I feel like Dustin Hall is a potential all-conference player at center. But I think that group, when you look at the end of the season, you may look back and say that's the most improved group on this team.
As hideous as the quarterback play was last year, and it was awful, the offensive line was terrible last year.
They were, but sometimes you wonder, don't get me wrong, it was bad. But when they don't have confidence in the quarterback, they're trying to overcompensate. Did they not have a field general in their ear telling them what they did and need to know pre-snap?
Well, now you're exactly right about that. Yeah. I know in one case they had no idea pre-snap what was going on.
Yeah, and they can't see. I mean, you're in a three-point stance.
Yeah.
You can't see. So quarterback's got to relay that to you. And
if he can't,
relayed,
If he can't, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, it's ain't Pop Warner. Now, Pop Warner, offensive line messes up, it's on them. This is the big boys.
But, I mean, the offensive line was not very good.
No, they were bad. They were bad. It was rough.
Coach Houston on if there was extra buzz in G Vegas. Well, of course there was. With that expanded playoff announcement.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, it is one of the reasons I took the job was the passion of our fan base. And they're loyal. I have no doubt that come August 31st, we're going to have a full stadium for our opener. They're going to be there all throughout the season, and the one thing about game days in East Carolina is it's not just a lot of people. I mean, they are rowdy, they're loud, they're into the game, they're smart fans. They know when we need them, and they do a great job of supporting our team. I think we're all excited about the opportunity that you win this league, you got a chance to go to the college football playoff, and I would think that probably better than 50-50. I would think 9 times out of 10 the winner of this league is going to be in that playoff, and that's exciting. I mean, Rennie's had a chance to cover some games in tournament play that I've been in the past, and tournament play's fun. I mean, you get to survive and advance, and there's nothing better than winning a bracket where it has been on the field, it's been proven that you're the champion, and so I think it's a great thing for all of college football, and I think it's a great thing for this conference.
All right, we're taking a timeout, and when we come back, the legendary Ronald Vincent, we'll ask him about his trip up north and being inducted into the NFHS Hall of Fame. RV on the PJ Show.
Summer in a new Corolla for just $219 a month, or a Highlander for only $399 a month. Got a trade? Get cash for it on the spot, or trade for a new Toyota
at Greenville Toyota.
Pirate game days, there's nothing like them. The atmosphere, first down, the tradition, the matchups, the magical finishes. Be a part of Pirate Game Days. Season tickets are as low as $115. Reserve your seat today to be a part of the experience of Pirate Game Days at Dowdy Ficklin Stadium this fall.
We have you covered with all the ECU news and beyond that you need for the drive home. The Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
Our next guest has something in common with Keith Jackson and Dick Grote, Larry Bird, Chris Everett. Jeez. Congrats to legendary Ronald Vincent. He went into the National High School Hall of Fame back on July 1st, the 41st class inducted. And he joins us here in the studio.
Yeah.
Hello, RV.
Yeah, it's kind of a humbling experience.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Is it one of those things where when you went around and you kind of did everything that is associated, it's a whirlwind, and you're so busy you don't really think till maybe after?
Yeah, we did all this stuff on July 1st on Monday. We did the press conference, then we did the reception, and then we did the banquet at night. And it was just like, this is Joe Mauer, and this is Tyrone Wheatley. Yeah, guys like that. And it was just like, that's who was with us. It was very impressive. Very impressive. Very, very well done, first-class operation.
You obviously deserve it. And you have over 1,000 wins, over a half-century coaching ball, 6-7 state titles. Which one is it? 7. To me, I mean, those accolades speak for themselves. But you're just an old boy from Greenville, right?
That's the way I feel about it. That's the way I feel about it. Yeah, just here from Greenville, and trying to build a program, do it right. So and things have worked out. There was some really class people at this event. Really were.
So let's go back. When did you first find out?
It was back around the 1st of March. Q Tucker with the High School Athletic Association called me, and said it was going to be this, and I didn't, at that time I didn't even know that the National Federation had a Hall of Fame stuff, and then started being in contact with the people from Indianapolis, where the National Federation is, and they laid it all out there. Had a tuxedo and limousine service, all that stuff.
Oh, you got to go in a limo.
Well, it was a limousine service. It wasn't a stretch limousine. It was a big SUV, and
that's still pretty good. So you're like the president then. You were in the big SUV.
Yeah.
The day of, there, as you say, a press conference, and there's the banquet and a reception and all that.
Reception in the middle, and then the banquet at night. And the banquet, they had the videos and all the stuff of all the people recipients, and it was very impressive. Yeah.
Who put together the video? Is that something they put together?
Yeah, they put it together. They a guy.
So not the people that do the Rampant Report.
No. Even though the Rampant Report's pretty good, but the guy's from Kansas City, and he's been doing it for 30-some years.
Oh wow!
And he came to Greenville and did some video stuff, and then.
Oh really?
He got some video work from some of the local people around here, and Coach Medlin sent some stuff in. So, and he put it all together and made it look good.
The legendary Ronald Vincent, RV, and when I called RV, it said, RV, we need to get you on the show. We haven't had you since the Hall of Fame went down. RV's first thing was he wanted to talk about football, which we'll do. Is there a area where they have plaques or something where you can see the people who? Because I mean, we're just looking through this program at the names.
Yeah,
that's pretty daunting.
Yeah, they have a picture of us at 8x10 that will be at the National Federation for a year.
Okay.
And then after 1 year, the picture will get was sent to Chapel Hill and be put in the North Carolina High School Athletic Association on the wall there. So I was the 8th person from North Carolina.
I was about to ask you how many from North Carolina.
Yeah, I was number 8.
Wow.
Charlie Adams, Willie Bradshaw, guys like that, more administrators.
So think about this. I mean, this is a couple hundred people, if you go back over the year in the whole nation, but only 8 from your home state. That's
crazy.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty cool, like you said. And, it's something you don't expect, you don't even realize it. And then it's really nice when people appreciate things we've been doing. Yep.
Have you, when you went to the ceremony and that sort of thing, is it one of those situations where you go and it's you kind of have your entourage of people with you?
Yeah, you had most of my family was with me and all that stuff, and it was my entourage and they were there, my sisters and other people, and it was kind of cool,
Yeah.
We got there a couple days early, so we went around Boston and went to Fenway Park and all that stuff.
Did you get to see a game?
Yes, we did.
Who won? Pilk's a Sox fan.
Oh, they got clobbered by the Padres. It was 11-3, and Machado hit 2 out of over the Green Monster. And we'd gone there that morning and did the tour, which was really impressive.
Right.
And
now, had you been to Fenway before?
About 30 years ago.
Okay.
And but it was, we had good tickets with Joe West.
Taking care of you.
Yeah, he had, and we had. It was really quite an experience. Yeah.
What Out of all the ballparks because you've been to Yankee Stadium, which one has been the favorite you've been to?
You know, I'm kind of course, Yankee Stadium, of course, but I love Baltimore. I love Camden.
You know
Yards.
what? It has been the one that has kind of stood the test of time because it's classic, but it's modern all at the same time.
Yeah, it is.
And as I understand it, there's not a bad seat in the house, really.
Yeah, and you know, the thing about, like you say, you got that wall out there, and I just like Camden Yards. I do, and you know, it's good to see the Orioles and Connor Norby again.
Yeah,
it's good to see him back up there. But I hadn't been to the new Atlanta place, and I'd like to do that. And
Pilk was just there last weekend.
Okay, did they win or?
Pilk, what happened last weekend with they were playing the Cardinals and Burleson. Yeah,
he had a good weekend.
Yeah, he's playing pretty well right now. He's kind of keeping them afloat right now. He's doing a lot for St. Louis. Pilk's all night. What did you see? 19 innings and
19 innings in one day. They split doubleheader.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a long day.
It is, yeah. First game went 10. Yeah. Braves walked it off, and then the Cardinals won the second game.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I think Burleson maybe got 3 hits in the second game, didn't he? Home run.
The home run came Sunday. When I was there, I think I saw 3 hits total and two sac flies.
Okay.
Wow. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Ronald Vincent, RV, the Hall of Fame coach, is with us here. So let me look at this. Who went in the class with you? You named some of the guys.
Tyrone Wheatley and K.O. Spikes and Joe Mauer were 3 of the athletes. And Joe Burrows' grandmother, actually from Mississippi.
Uh-huh.
And you talk about her numbers, man. She averaged like 50 points a game and scored 82 one game. And
Dot
stuff
Ford Burrow.
Yeah. And she's Joe Burrows' grandmother.
Okay.
And he came briefly. He didn't.
Right.
He didn't,
right. Was his hair platinum blonde when he
No.
showed up? Okay.
No. He's a really big guy.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to interact with Joe Mauer any?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right.
A little bit. He's very
pretty good guy.
Yeah, down to earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a player, you know.
He was great.
Going to Florida State on a football scholarship.
Yep, sure was.
And he had taken the basketball team to the state championship his junior year, and then the baseball team his senior year won the state championship. So he must have been a heck of a high school athlete.
What would you have done if the ceremony had gone on and the Red Sox weren't playing? Because, I mean, obviously if there's a baseball game, you're going.
Yeah. Well, we traveled around Boston quite a bit.
Yeah.
We did. We did the thing that the Freedom Trail, I think it is. You know, you're sitting there, and that's where Paul Revere was born, and Sam Adams' graveyard, and you see John Hancock's graves, you know, and stuff like that. That's just kind of history.
It's pretty overwhelming too in its own way, isn't it?
You know, this is where the Boston Massacre was, right here.
Yeah.
This is where that's Bunker Hill over there. It's kind of impressive. The Charles River and all that stuff. You know, it's kind of impressive because you know I like things like that, and I think you do too.
Oh, I love stuff like that. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. They have a distinct accent in Boston.
Yeah, the north. Side.
Did they think your accent was distinct?
Yeah. What'd you say? Yeah. But you could, they did. They have you know, Boston, some of the other cities, Boston's like a huge neighborhood.
Yeah.
Everybody's just kind of friendly and moves along. And, you know, they got the Italian place. Golly, man. You talk about some good restaurants.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You walk through there and you had to stop and eat because the smell was so overwhelming. You had to stop.
I will say the pictures I saw, you look dashing in your tux. You look really good.
Yeah, it took 4 females and 2 Google to get it done. 2 Google accounts, yeah. So, but we got it done.
When you look back at that night, what stands out? What do you remember the most?
You know, the people in the video, and then Joe West showing up too. Now that was kind of impressive too. Joe West, I had no idea he was going to be there, and he showed up, and that was kind of.
Was he booed? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, you know, the couple of officials there that were part of it, they were, you know, talked to Joe for a half an hour.
Yeah.
You know, and but it was the banquet was just, you know, just really remarkable.
You came in today, and I was waiting for somebody to follow you, and it's been a while since Marvin left us here, and I know he was with you in spirit that night.
Yeah, he was looking down, probably telling us what to do, you know, keep us straight, and we really miss him. And as time goes on, we miss him more and more, and you know, football coming up. It's,
That was his sport. He loved it.
Yep,
He loved
did.
it.
He was. It was going to be different. It has been different.
Yeah. Rose has got football season coming up. I know there's a lot of excitement. You're excited again and have the games on 94.3. Everybody's excited about that.
Yeah. It's we got a chance to be pretty good, but our schedule is just back-breaking again. It's just unbelievable.
I think Rose plays the toughest schedule.
Yeah, it was last year's tough schedule.
Yeah.
We had like 7 teams that made it to the playoffs out of the 10 we played, and
Man.
Past the first round.
Yeah.
It just doesn't get any.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough again this year.
And after decades, James Rankins is no longer going to be coaching basketball.
that's
Got a
gonna
new Robert Duck's the new basketball
That's going to
coach.
be interesting too.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. James has done so well with it for so long, and he just finally decided it was
And he's
time to
enjoyed
go.
his retirement, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he has enjoyed his retirement and his grandchildren.
Yeah.
You understand why he's doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think, between yourself and then Willie Bland and Robert, some good coaches over there. So.
Yeah, really good. We're going to reinstate the
Coach Sneed's doing a good job with softball too. There,
Yeah, Keita Sneed, and we do, and that's the thing about the Rose High coaches is they stay a while.
Mhm.
And that's makes a big difference.
Yeah.
You get used to how you getting a program established and stuff like that, and that's been a big thing for Rose over the years.
RV Ronald Vincent here on the Patrick Johnson Show. So you've got 7 state titles. You got over 1,000 wins. 52nd year would be next season.
Mm-hmm. I think.
Talk about staying. I mean, how much longer? How much longer are you going to do
And
this?
that's a good question. I can't believe I'm still here doing it, but it's a good question.
It kind of keeps you young, though, doesn't it?
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
It does. And we got so many just great kids that we deal with, and that makes it easy. These kids, today's people, just like always, it's a bad rap. These kids are good.
Well, I asked you once, and I'll ask you again here. Is it the kids that have changed in the 50 years, or is it everything around them and everybody around them?
The kids came out just like we do, and they have thing. And I think, the all the stuff. The parents' expectations are just off the wall sometimes now, and you go down to Little League games and, golly, come on, man.
Just let them have fun, right?
Let them have fun, and that's what we do at practice a lot. And but the kids are really good. They are, and the expectations of stuff are not realistic. And
That's the
travel
tough thing,
ball,
isn't it? Yeah.
and travel ball has made it even worse, and these kids go all over the Southeast playing ball, and
How is it that Little League and Babe Ruth here in Greenville have thrived just in that era of travel ball?
and and that's what we go to coaches clinic and stuff like that, and people ask us that same question: what do y'all do to keep your programs alive? My kids going here, my kids going here, and
I mean, I know it's a lot of hard work by a
It
lot
is.
of dedicated people.
it is. The recreation department's got a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Our recreation department supports everything we do and the things we do, and it makes a big difference. But they go down to Little League and they play 25 games, and then they go, and then they get into All Stars if they're good enough to. And Babe Ruth, we play 15, 18 games and stuff like that. And I don't know why these people have to do this travel ball, and
Because they'll play 6 or 7 games in a weekend.
and that can't be good for you.
Right, yeah.
Can't be. But they got it's the way to be seen.
It's good for somebody. It's good for the people running the travel ball. I said that, RV didn't. But, I mean, it's good for
Good for
somebody.
somebody,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
And I understand in some places why they do it. You live here and there's nobody around to play ball anymore and
Yeah.
stuff if you're going to play at all, you're going to have to be on a travel team.
Yeah.
We understand that, and there is a place for it. There is a place for it, but we're fortunate. Like you said, we keep Babe Ruth strong. We keep and Babe Ruth this season was really good this year. No rainouts the entire season. May and
You must
June,
not have played here in the last couple of weeks.
we stopped. Yeah. The last couple of days, man, it has rained hard.
Oh, it's crazy.
It rained hard every day, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
It's great to see you. You look great.
Well, thank you.
Still riding the bike?
Rode right much yesterday.
Okay.
But,
Got a break in the rain and rode it around. Yeah.
Yep, rode around a little bit, and it was a good ride.
Awesome to see you. We'll see you again soon.
Hope so.
Yep.
See you in football coming up.
See you in football. Yeah, absolutely. Coming up. It's right around the corner. The great Ronald Vincent with us here, RV, and we will have more. Speaking of baseball, we'll talk about the group from Winterville, the Cal Ripken group. Tell you about them coming up in our next segment. But right now, here he is, North Carolina's #1 Red Sox fan, RV.
Poor fella. Poor fella got to pull
The
for
Red
it.
Philip Pilkington with a sports update.
Poor fella. That's
RV's
struggling.
killing you here. The Hall of Famer's killing you.
Hey, you know, if I can take it from anybody, I can take it from
Yeah,
a
take it from
man that
RV.
I've had the honor of working with and learning from.
Yeah. All right. Take it away, Pilk.
All righty. Thank you, gentlemen. And looking at, I guess we're starting with baseball, actually. In the Old North State League, tonight begins a best-of-3 series between the Tarboro River Bandits as they will host Parker Bird and the New Bern Southpaws. Our own Dom Kasoki will be on the call for that contest. College Game Day has announced that Pat McAfee will return to join Reese Davis, Kirk Herbstreit, and Coach Saban this season. The Boston Red Sox have extended manager Alex Cora through 2027. Cora led the team to the World Series victory in 2018. Brackets have been released for the Olympic tennis as J.H. Rose alum Tommy Paul, who is the 9th overall seed, will take on the Italian Luciano Darderi in the first round. And if Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic both get out of their first round match, they will meet in the second round at Club Roland Garros on court Philippe Chatrier, where they have done battle so many times in the French Open. That'll do it for your 94.3 The Game Sports Flash Update and Pirate Report. We will be back with more of the Patrick Johnson Show on the other side of this timeout.
Hi, I'm D.R. Alligood.
And I'm his daughter, Jessica.
For 11 years, we have built quality driveways and parking lots for both your residential and commercial needs. We also offer free on-site quotes to have your custom driveways built the way you want.
252-946-1227.
Summer is here, and Sawyer's Fun Park is having a toddler summer special. From 10 a.m. to 12 noon, Monday through Friday, Sawyer's has a $10 2-hour unlimited pass for ages 2 to 4. That's one toddler and one parent for just $10 every weekday morning. Sawyer's Fun Park summer hours are Monday through Thursday from 10 to 8, Fridays and Saturdays from 10 to 9, and Sundays from 12 to 8. Book your tickets online at SawyersFunPark.com and beat the heat this summer at Sawyer's Fun Park.
Sometimes you just don't know if you want to kiss him or slap him.
Ow!
Either way, he'd probably like it. The Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
All right, welcome back. It's great to have you along with us here, PJ Show, on a baseball-heavy day. And my old buddy Steve Brooks is in the house. Coach, how are you?
Doing great. Thank you for having us.
And then Connor,
Yes, sir.
best athlete in the family.
No doubt.
They are part of the Winterville All-Star team that has won the Cal Ripken Southeast Regional. They'll be playing in the World Series coming up in Branson, Missouri. The 7th, I believe it begins out in Missouri, doesn't it?
Yeah, 12 days.
Yeah, wow. So that is right around the corner, and Steve Brooks is here with us. It's always good to see you. We talk a lot during, well, really all year round, it seems like. So,
Yeah, you're my go-to whenever I need to know what's going on in Greenville.
well, hopefully I don't steer you wrong. So the team won the Southeast Regional, beat teams from Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, I think Tennessee, Virginia, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
Down in Florida.
Down in Florida. So we went down Tuesday a week ago. And, most of the teams down there are comprised of really travel teams put together way before their season ever starts. And one of the things we've hung our hat on is we're a legitimate all-star team. These kids all played on different teams throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been together about a month. And we went down there and did the unthinkable, shocked the world, I guess. And the way some of those teams acted when we won, they were just
A little stunned.
Stunned and floored, yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, they need to know Pitt County baseball is pretty good.
Really good.
Even in Winterville, too, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
You guys are headed to Branson, Missouri. How many teams will be participating in that coming up?
Well, I think the last count we saw, there's around 42 American teams.
Oh, wow.
And then there's roughly 15 to 20 international teams. So, the teams from Taiwan, Japan, Dominican Republic, Canada, everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a true, very similar to the Little League World Series. I mean, there's an international bracket, there's an American bracket,
Right.
and then the two play for it all at the end.
Now, you're one of the assistants
I am, yes,
on
sir.
the team. Who are the coaches?
So Brad Sykes is our head coach, and he's done a phenomenal job with all the leadership things, putting people into places. Cody Godley has just been phenomenal with our pitching staff. I mean, 5 or 6 kids we have throwing and having to work out, number of pitches, innings, things like
Yeah.
that. I mean, he's done a phenomenal job with the pitching staff, and then Patrick Briley, he's handled a lot of the offensive stuff with our hitters and base runners and things like that. So there's the 4 of us, and then we have 10 kids. So,
Okay.
Yeah, it's Ironman baseball.
Yeah.
We can't afford an injury.
Uh-huh.
And we've been fortunate so far, and then just a great, wonderful group of parents.
What are the pitching? Because I'm sure there's innings restrictions and that kind of thing.
So the Southeast Regional, it was 40 pitches.
Okay.
And then if you went over 40, you had a sit-a-day.
Okay.
And then if you went over 65, it was 2 days.
Okay.
But once you got to 65, you couldn't throw more than
Right.
85.
I got you. And you guys are practicing right now when the rain lets you, I guess.
Yeah, we've been fortunate. Winterville has really taken care of us with their fields, and then Trent at Next Level has let us come in and hit as much as we possibly can. So we can't thank the people in all of Greenville, Pitt County enough.
So we're talking to Steve Brooks. He's one of the coaches of the Winterville 12U team that is going to the Cal Ripken World Series. Coming up, you guys have some fundraisers, some different things going on. So tell us a little bit about that.
So, really this is what we've accomplished is of a historical event. It's hard to envision this type of success. Winterville has gone to the Southeast Regionals and in all age groups before, but we've never had anybody. This is the first group that's moved on to the World Series. So for many families to have budgeted for 10 days extra, not on top of what we've done in Florida, it's been a real dilemma. It's been a great thing, but it's been tough to ask for off work and things like that. So the reality is now facing us of being in Branson for 12 more days of baseball and things like that. So we're asking the community for anything they could possibly do with support. Tomorrow night, weather holding, we're going to be at the Winterville Amphitheater. Spare Change is playing tomorrow night.
Okay.
So all the kids are going to be there in their jerseys, and we're going to have buckets. And we're going to do a 50-50 tomorrow night and possibly sell some concessions. We have a GoFundMe page, and we also have a where you can make checks out to the town of Winterville or any of the coaches.
Okay.
So I can give you all that.
Yeah, anything you got would be great. The GoFundMe, you just search Winterville All Stars.
Yeah, so the GoFundMe is Winterville 12U All Star.
Okay.
And then PayPal is to our head coach Michael Sykes, Sikes 296. So that's his PayPal that anybody can send money to, and then checks can be made out to Steve Brooks, Patrick Briley, Town of Winterville, Cody Godley. And then we have a Facebook page, which is Winterville 12U All Stars, that you can get in contact with our parent that's running that and donate that way. But it's after paying for everything to go to Florida and then what is expected of you in Branson, Missouri for the number of days, we'll take anything that anybody's willing to do, whether it's you want to help us do a raffle. Somebody wants to give us a Yeti cooler so we can raffle it off.
Gotcha.
Things like that. We'll take anything and everything. And, I've said this before, what's great about this community in this county, it is rich in baseball. And, obviously what Greenville's doing is, they're going to Warner Robins and that's phenomenal. And what we're trying to do over in Winterville is just, it's historic and it's fun and it's new. And, but we've not had people in this Greenville or Winterville or in our whole county. Nobody's turned us down. Everybody wants to help somehow and try to help both ball clubs and things like that. So we can't thank the people in this community enough.
Steve, since there's 10 guys, why don't you tell us who the players are since there's 10 of them so we can recognize the kids?
Well, Connor Brooks, Tucker Bloggett, Jake Briley, Colson Cooper, Kipton Cooper, Bronson Joyner, Philip Kinsey, Gunnar Purvis, Levi Riggs, and Jackson Boyce.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
Trey Cannon was with us in Florida, but family obligations is going to take him away. So we were able to make a roster move.
Okay, there you go. Well, I want to ask Connor a couple questions here. Connor, your big debut on the Patrick Johnson Show. So, can you whip your dad on the golf course? That's what I really want to know. Can you take him yet?
Depends on the day.
You got two pretty good athletes for sons. You got two pretty good sons, but really good athletes.
Very lucky, very fortunate.
Yeah. You got one of the winning hits. Did you get the winning hit that sent the team to Florida, or were?
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it was bases loaded, bottom of the sixth, went into the inning losing 3-0. The first batter was out, but then we rallied 3 runs, and I came up with 2 outs. Like I said, bases loaded, just looking to put the ball in play, and got 2 strikes on me, but I was able to get a single, which sent us to Florida.
Were you nervous with 2 outs and 2 strikes?
I mean, I was a little nervous, but I knew I could do it.
Is this more nerve-wracking than being at the plate, talking on the radio?
No.
Okay. All right. Good. Well, you're doing great. Anytime you want to come in and host, you can do that. What's been the cool thing about being on this all-star team and some of your friends on it?
Building relationships that will last a lifetime, and these moments you're not going to forget, and one day you'll look back at them when you're older with your buddies and be like, remember when we were 12 and we won the Southeast Regional and went to the World Series.
Who's your favorite team, Major League?
Braves.
Okay. Favorite player?
Gunnar Henderson.
Okay. All right. Pilk's a Red Sox fan, by the way. Well, he gave you a slow head turn there, Pilk. He gave you a slow head turn.
Come on, we're not even in the same league. Play each other 4 times a year.
You're getting a lot of Red Sox hate today.
I am. I've had enough. I've had a rough enough week. We're 1-5 since the All-Star break. You guys are just you and RV, man. I'm having a rough day.
Now
at work.
Connor is
I'm
giving you a hard time.
I'm gonna go home and cry now.
What positions do you play on the team, Connor?
Shortstop and pitcher.
Okay. Do you have a preference? Would you rather pitch, or do you like playing short? Or
Probably short.
Okay, I got you. Where do you hit in the lineup?
Second.
Okay, all right, pretty good. That's awesome stuff.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's been great, but it's all the kids.
Yeah,
all the coaches.
and I want to give a shout to your other son, Nate's at Aiden Grifton, going to play ball there this year.
Play football and baseball.
Yeah,
and he's doing really well. He's going to be a senior. Can't believe time flies.
Whew,
yeah,
jeez,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy times.
Well, it is. This is tremendous. Tell everybody tomorrow night again what's kind of going on tomorrow night.
So, weather pending, Spare Change is supposed to play in Winterville, at the town amphitheater, and our baseball team is going to be out there in jerseys. We're going to do a 50-50 raffle, raffle. We'll do a 50-50 thing. Kids are going to walk around with buckets and just make sure to tell the community how thankful they are for everything they're doing. And then Spare Change is, one of the biggest, longest running bands that very, so popular. The crowd is going to be, we know, just completely crazy. And, we hopefully get the boys on the stage and let them feel a little bit of love from Pitt County.
That'd be great.
Just like the rock stars that they are. So.
And you guys, it starts the 7th, so you'll probably leave.
Yeah, they want us to leave. So we have the town of Winterville is recognizing us. The mayor and council is going to recognize us Monday night.
Okay.
5th.
All right.
And then we're all going to, I think a couple are flying out, and then most everybody's going to drive. We're going to drive out to Branson, leave early Tuesday morning because they want everybody in no later than Tuesday night. And then everything kind of starts with festivities on the 7th, I guess. That's
okay.
Wednesday. All the days are running together.
Yeah,
so.
I bet they are. So the games won't start on the 7th.
No, it's my understanding, and we're still waiting to schedule a bracket. Our pool play starts the 8th.
Okay.
And that,
so the 7th is kind of, as you say.
Yeah, I think the pool play is like the 8th through the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go into bracket play to play in the American Championship and then the World Series game. So, but they have these suites and locker rooms for the kids and and I guess where the pin trading and jersey swapping things like that. They say.
Yeah.
And So we all get uniforms. So
Well, I was going to ask, so the Winterville uniform that Connor has on now, you'll get one that represents the Southeast region. Yeah.
It's green and gold, actually.
Oh, wow.
So, I know with Greenville.
Kind of worked out, didn't
it all works out. But ours is green and gold, and then they do a salute to armed forces. So they gave you the option to buy USA jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
So which the town really hooked us up. And
you're going to have the USA jerseys?
So
That's
we'll
cool.
have the USA jersey as well, and then they'll get to spend plenty of time.
And you get to keep the.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh man, you'll never forget that. That's
these
awesome.
Things, they're all going in frames. Once we get done with this, they're all going to go in frames.
Yeah.
And, be keepsakes forever.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But I think as a parent, and I even joked. I said, these kids should get some type of school credit for this.
Yeah.
Because of the international.
Yeah, that's true.
I think they're going to get to interact with kids from all over the world.
That's a great point, Steve. I think as you say, they're getting an experience that. I mean, a lot of people will never get. Yeah.
A lot of high school, college. You run across that. You'll have an international guy on your team, or you'll be in class with an international person. But at 12 years old, you just don't come across someone that's played baseball in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
And that was something, as much baseball as he watches, and it's quite a bit of that in the major leagues now.
Right.
He's going to actually see it at 12 years old and be able to talk to guys down there and be like, what do you do?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just that,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So cool.
Really cool. It's great to see you.
Great to see you.
We talk a lot. We don't ever get to see each other in person unless it's at a basketball game in passing. But it's good to see you.
Great to see you too.
And Connor, keep up the great work. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
All right. What is the maybe the Facebook group again, or the
Facebook group is just Winterville 12U All Stars.
And the GoFundMe.
The GoFundMe is Winterville 12U All Star. And then the PayPal is Michael Sykes, Sikes 296.
Gotcha.
And then any checks can be made to the town of Winterville. Make sure you put on the checks
in the memo line.
Baseball, or it can be made out to any of the assistant coaches.
This is also an education for these 12-year-olds because checks are involved, and they don't know anything about checks now.
Just
so
it's
it's
a piece of plastic.
it's on their phones now. So all right, we'll wrap things up right after this.
And now, the stunning conclusion of the show. It's the P-Man here on 94.3 The Game.
All right. Boy, how great was Connor on there?
He was wonderful. A lot of times you get the kids on there. I know I'd have been scared to death as a kid. He didn't seem scared, man.
He's cool. He's a 2-out, 2-strike hitter, man. It's just can of corn, as they say. Coming up tomorrow, it'll be another Best of Patrick Johnson show. We're going to have the encore of our Brett Friedlander interview from yesterday. A lot of reaction to that. A lot of interesting things Brett said there. We'll also replay our interview with Coach Kurt Kraft, who announced his retirement a little bit ago. And Coach Kraft will be officially calling it quits in September as the director of ECU track and field and cross country. So Coach Kraft will be on with us tomorrow on the Best of, and our Mike Swartz interview from earlier in the week as the Pirates get set to go to the Bahamas. Thanks to Stephen Igo for giving us a little bit of credit in the Hoist the Colors video or article that he did where he previewed their trip to the Bahamas. Branson, the Bahamas, Florida. I'm going to the Working Man's Beach. Maybe Pilk. After this weekend.
Hey, we got to forget Warner Robins is on the horizon.
I don't know if Warner Robins is. The other places are kind of destination-y.
True. Yeah.
Warner Robins. They play ball down there, though.
They do.
All right, we'll be back Monday with a live edition of the show. Best of tomorrow. I will be on Talk of the Town hosting tomorrow, so join Trent McGee and myself then. Thanks to Philip Pilkington. Thanks to RV. Thanks to Coach Steve Brooks and his son Connor. And thank you for being a part of the program. We'll catch you tomorrow on TOT and Monday on the PJ Show.